Good morning, students. Today we are moving to another chapter, that is magnetic effect of electric current. In this chapter we will be discussing about how electric current can influence magnetic effect. But before we move further, let us discuss some basic concepts, some basic things about magnetic field, magnet or magnetic properties. So first of all, I would like to talk about magnetism. So magnetism, anything which shows the property of magnetism or magnet. So magnet, whenever the word magnet comes to our mind, it shows us that something is attracting or repelling. So magnetism word is arrived from magnesia, which is an ore of magnetite, and study of magnet and its properties related to which is called magnetism. Permanent magnet is a piece of an iron, it could be a piece of steel, it could be a piece of nickel, it could be a piece of cobalt, which shows magnetism, which retain magnetism for a longer time. It retains magnetism for a longer time and it can be easily divided into two poles. One, as you know, north pole, another, as you know, south pole. So the piece of made up of iron, steel, nickel, cobalt, which contains magnetism for a longer time or for a permanent time, for always, that's called a magnet, right? So that is a permanent magnet which has two poles, north and south. Properties of magnets. So properties of magnet is, first, all of us know that magnet shows the property of attraction or repulsion. So basically, like poles repel each other, whereas unlike poles attract each other. Unlike poles attract each other. That means if you bring north and north pole of two bar magnet closer to each other, they will repel each other. But if you bring north and south pole of two bar magnet closer to each other, they will attract. Similarly, if you suspend a bar magnet freely, you will always observe that it aligns itself towards north and south direction. So freely suspended bar magnet always align itself towards north and south of Earth. I will be talking about it more. So north and south, it always align towards north and south. As far as our board is concerned, we always consider that the top of the board is north, this is south, this is east, and this is west. Now a thing can be asked to you, or a thing can be comes to your mind, that why the north pole of bar magnet align itself towards the north of the Earth? It means they are attracting each other. Even if they are the same pole, they are attracting each other. Actually, when we talk about Earth, the north pole of Earth is basically a geographical north pole. And the south pole of Earth that we study is a geographical south pole. Actually, the geographical north pole is magnetic south pole and geographical south pole is magnetic north pole. So what happens when you suspend a bar magnet freely? It attracts, the north pole of the bar magnet attracts magnetic south of Earth, and south pole of the bar magnet attracts magnetic north of the Earth. Then why we have given them opposite name? Just for the sake of convenience, of a common man. That north pole, magnetic south is considered to be geographical north and magnetic north is considered to be geographical south. Third thing, that is north and south pole, that is the pair, that is a pair of a magnet. So magnet always remain in pair. Suppose if I give you a bar magnet, let it be north, let it be south, and if I break it into two pieces, so it cannot be possible that you can take north pole separately and the south pole separately. Whenever you break it, it will divide into two bar magnets. Now it will be south pole, it will be behaving as a south pole, and this part will behave as a north pole. That means magnet always remain in pair. Then magnetic field. Now field is basically an area, the space. So the space around a magnet, I should correct it, it's a three-dimensional space. That means all around. So three-dimensional space around a magnet where its influence can be experienced. If you bring a piece of iron near to a magnet, at a particular place, at a particular point, you find that start attracting towards magnet. So that is the area, that is the space around the magnet where you can feel its influence, where you can experience its force. That is called magnetic field. Now, magnetic compass. All of us have heard about magnetic compass. Many of us have seen it also. Many of us have used it also. So, magnetic compass is an instrument where a freely moving needle is placed. At one end of it is pointed red. This is pointed red. Which is pointed red is basically it represents north. So, in earlier days, the people, those who used to move from one place to another place, they used to have the magnetic compass to find out the direction of the places where they are generally moving to. Now the question comes, can we see the magnetic field? Probably we are not able to see, we can experience it. But we have certain ways by we can experience or we can see the magnetic field, and that is the way we call it magnetic field lines. So we generally draw the magnetic field lines to see the magnetic field, to see the influence of magnet, to see the force which is exerted by magnet on magnetic particles. So we have two methods over there. One we call iron filing method. What we can do, we can take a cardboard, we can place a white sheet over it, then we can place a bar magnet. So this is, let it be cardboard, I have placed a white sheet on it, and this is a bar magnet having its north and south pole on the white paper. Now place some iron filings around it. These are the iron filings you are placing around it. Lots of iron filings. Now what you do, take the cardboard and tap it gently from the bottom. Tap it gently from the bottom. You will observe that the iron filings start aligning themselves. They start aligning themselves. They start aligning themselves around the bar magnet in a particular pattern. So the pattern or the curved path along which iron filings align themselves due to the force of magnet is called magnetic field line. I repeat, the curved line along which iron filings align themselves due to the force of bar magnet is called or are called magnetic field lines. We have another method to show it, that is magnetic compass method. What we can do, we can take a bar magnet north, south. You can take a bar magnet north and south, and then we take a magnetic compass and we place it at the corner of north. We know that magnetic compass always show towards north. So when I place it over here, this magnetic compass will come under the influence of this bar magnet, and it will repel north over here. So it will be showing north in this direction. Now just pick it up and place it at this point. Now you will see that it shows the direction a little bit this direction. Then place it over here. It turns this side. Then at this point place it over here. It will point towards this direction. And just keep on placing the magnetic compass wherever it is showing north direction. So you will find that it starts from north and it ends at south. You can place it over here. The same thing you will be observing. The same observation would be here. So with this, what we can see, if I join these all points, I found that magnetic field line or the curved path is formed around the bar magnet. Now this curved path which starts from north of the bar magnet and ends at the south of the bar magnet, it is known as magnetic field line. So magnetic field lines are the curved path along which the iron filings align themselves due to the force of bar magnet. Now let us discuss about the properties of magnetic field lines that we have just formed. So the first property of magnetic field line is, outside the bar magnet, the direction of magnetic field lines are north to south, whereas inside the bar magnet they are from south to north. So if I draw a bar magnet and if I ask to draw the magnetic field lines in and out of the bar magnet, So these are the magnetic field lines outside the bar magnet. Make sure that you show the direction of magnetic field. Remember, magnetic field is a vector quantity which has magnitude as well as direction. So north to south. So it should always be from north to south outside the bar magnet. Similarly over here, north to south, that is outside the bar magnet. And inside the bar magnet, they are from south to north. In this way, you can see that the magnetic field lines are closed circular loop. They are closed circular loop. Outside the bar magnet, they originate from north, ends in south, and inside they are from south to north. So they form closed circular loops. Then magnetic field lines are crowded. Wherever the magnetic field lines are crowded, it represents the strength of magnetic field. Stronger magnetic field is represented by crowded magnetic field lines. For example, if I draw many magnetic field lines around this bar magnet, I found that magnetic field lines are crowded at the poles. You can see over here, the magnetic field lines are crowded at the poles. They are crowded at the poles, and that is the reason magnetic field is stronger at the poles as compared to its center. So the strength of magnetic field is represented by crowded magnetic field lines. Crowded the magnetic field lines, stronger the magnetic field. You can see over here. Very important part, magnetic field lines never intersect one another. You can see the diagram, I have drawn it very carefully. None of the magnetic field line intersecting with each other. The reason behind it, if magnetic field lines intersect each other, that means at a certain point the magnetic compass needle would deflect in two directions together, and that's not possible. So in case if the magnetic field lines intersect with one another, that means the magnetic compass would represent two directions from one point, and that's not possible. So these are the main properties of magnetic field lines.